Hey, good morning. I have not been on in a minute, and that's because I decided to honor myself and listen to my own words and take some time for myself and my own health and wellness. So I took a little bit of time off to kind of nourish myself and build up my own pillar so I could be there for everyone else. So that's why I haven't been doing any reels or any lives lately, because I was kind of giving back to myself. But I'm feeling really great now. And so I wanted to make sure to come on today and talk about two of my favorite subjects, and that is Reiki and quantum healing. And um, this is really fun because I wanted to talk about the difference and the similarities, and there's a lot of both. So the similarities, there's a lot of similarities between the two. Believe it or not, they are both amazing. They're both obviously energy modalities. You can use them both for group activations. I have felt them both I go to quantum healing group activations on at least usually every 2 weeks to restore and rejuvenate. I was doing that on a regular basis. I don't have to normally so much anymore, but for a long time, that's how I was aligning myself. So going to group quantum healings are amazing. And Reiki group healings are also amazing. And I've gone to ones where one person is just giving all the Reiki energy. And then I've also gone to ones where everyone is sharing that Reiki energy. Oops, excuse me, my eye is itchy all of a sudden. And so it can be both. While we're talking about it, I don't know why this came up, but what's the weather like by you guys? I was getting ready for my walk today, and I was expecting it to be snowy or something. It's raining out today. So my dog was not interested in going out. But I was really surprised that it's raining. So what's the weather out by you guys? How is it going? How is it for you guys? Um, so hey, how are you? Um, so another cool thing with this is I have used both Reiki and quantum on my children. I love Reiki for a really nice healing for to activate and to open up chakras for my children when they're not feeling good, or just when they would like some extra energy or whatever. I have used this on my children quite a lot. But then there's times when maybe they're like, they're not really interested in that touch, or they're not, they don't really want that particular energy. They don't want to feel it. Well, that's when I go to quantum, and I can just tap in the codes and use it with their higher self. And sometimes my daughter actually prefers the quantum healing versus the Reiki healing. So I love the having both options. So I have used both on my children. And the cool thing is if you have a child under the age of 12, you can get the parents' permission for the child's higher good for quantum. And I have quite a few other quantum practitioners that I went to to classes with that are other mothers that also use it on their children as well. And it's been very helpful for all of us for healing purposes. So it's wonderful for children. And and before that, Reiki has been extremely helpful. There's been times when, like, my daughter was being picked on or something, and she didn't really know how to express that to me, but I did a Reiki session and I knew exactly what was going on, and I was able to work all that through with her energetically, and we didn't even have to go to the school. We didn't have to talk to other people. We were able to heal it all on an energetic level, so she had the self-confidence to deal with it and work through it, and it's been amazing. So Reiki, both Reiki and quantum, are amazing modalities for our children. Um, Both are amazing in being relaxing. Reiki, there's so many times when I will receive Reiki energy and just want to fall asleep because it's so relaxing, and it will give me such it releases all of those things that we don't necessarily need, or even have to think about, and we can just let our higher self or our subconscious kind of do the work. We can ask our guides, our angels, to come, and we can ask Archangel Michael or Archangel Metatron to cut all the cords and not necessarily even think about it, and we can just relax and go. And it's so nice to just let that go, and it's so relaxing to just um, allow that to happen. um, Quantum is extremely relaxing as well. Many times I know that it's working for me because either during the session or right after, I need to take a nap because the energy is so strong that it's just, I'm ready to take a nap. And it just, and then after that nap, I feel so recharged and regenerated that I'm ready to, I can feel that it's like I'm an energized battery or something. And I can feel this um, new way of, it just feels so good. Everything is working so much better. So both can be extremely relaxing and 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 helpful in calming everything down, especially like before I started doing Reiki and stuff. I used to have a lot of problems sleeping, stuff like that. That's not the case anymore. I can relax really calmly and go to sleep. No problems with restlessness, things like that. They just kind of, it releases all those subconscious worries and thought patterns and all that stuff. Another thing is, both, you can feel days after having a session. So I can receive a Reiki session from someone or even myself, and or even a quantum healing session, and I will feel it 3 days later. I'll still feel the effects. And that is amazing to me. If I've had a really good um, quantum healing session, I know that I'm going to feel it at least 3, 4 days, afterwards, sometimes even a week. So it's extremely helpful in that way. Another thing I love about both of them is I can use crystals. And when I've used crystals with Reiki or use crystals with quantum, it magnifies this. So I will use crystals when I'm doing Reiki, and I'll put them next to chakras that I want to open up or align or do something. And I'll use crystals that are like, I'll use these kind of crystals to point in to the particular chakra, or one time, there's been times that I'll use like these kinds and on the particular chakra that I'm really wanting to open up during quantum or something. And it's like an amazing uh, activation. And so, and then when I'm doing it for the other person, I have a way of like a placebo body that I put the crystals on, and you still feel that activation effect, even though you don't have the crystals. You still feel that crystalline energy. And it's so cool that you, even though the crystals aren't with you, you can still feel the energy of the crystals. Um, you can both with both modalities, you can tap in to your own guides, your own spirit guides, your own angels, all that stuff. In fact, it wasn't very long after I started Reiki that I started getting messages for other people from their angels. And I don't think there's a single session that I do for someone that I'm not receiving messages from their angels, their guides, for them in Reiki. And I love that about Reiki. And I only do Reiki sessions now when I'm doing coaching, because it's so jam packed with intuitive guides. But when I do quantum is really cool because I am connecting with your guides and receiving subconscious information on your health. And that's part of basically with quantum. I'm using Chinese medicine and kinesiology to connect with the quantum and your whole body, all of your organs, your ligaments, your brain, your whole spinal column. It's basically like doing a MRI of your body. And I'm connecting with your own guides and angels, and they're giving me messages. Hey, Jane has a sore tooth and it's connected to her heart. And, and they'll tell me all these details. And it's really beautiful how they work with me. So it's in both sessions, we're working with your guides and angels, but in a very different way. In Reiki, they're giving me messages, but it's more like, things like they'll be telling me messages more like, you're beautiful, or you've had a hard day, or they're telling me messages. But then in quantum, they're telling me subconscious more messages about how your body is, why your body is not in alignment, and how we can heal that. So it's a deeper message. But either way, we're still working with your guides. And because of that, both are extremely intuitive, and we work through that intuitiveness to connect. Um, both, both of them, you can you can be certified to do yourself. So Reiki, a lot of people are doing Reiki on themselves, and it's just the hands-on healing. And then we work on different symbols and stuff to do yourself. Quantum is a little bit more, and it takes a little bit more time. It took me almost 2 years to be certified to do, but it's not something that you can't ever do. And in the next month or so, I'm going to be talking on ultimate retreats with my master and introducing my master. So people are going to have a chance to understand how to start that process of being certified and going through that process. And I will be in the process of becoming a master this year, so I can teach this modality at some point here myself. It's just a long process, and there's a lot of practicing in between the levels to be certified. So, but you can do it on yourself, and that's amazing. And as you do that, it also gives you this ability, this strength to understand yourself and your own body and how you work and how you connect with what's going on. Both of them, there's sessions that you can go to. So, and honestly, there's times when I go and reach out to other people for sessions as well, because like if there's something going on, whether energetically or I'm not feeling well, and when that happens you get muddled. And so there's times when I will go to other healers, other quantum healers, other Reiki masters, and I will ask them to do a session on me. And there's and that's when I actually receive a lot of information, because there's times when, as you work through those sessions, you are seeing things from another perspective. You're getting, as we go through those dips, the when we go through the dips, we're also receive every high and every low is an opportunity for learning, for us to receive knowledge. So I always use those opportunities to absorb my own information on myself, you know? Yeah, it's really actually wonderful. So I use those, and when you're not feeling in alignment, you can't do quantum healing on yourself. It's not possible, because you're not going to get a true reading. So that's when you have to go out and get something. Even my master doesn't do it on himself when he is not in alignment. He will straight up tell me, I'm not in alignment today. I can't tell you this answer. You have to go to someone else. And honestly, I respect that, because it's the truth. I would rather someone be honest with me and be truthful with me than tell me something other than that. So we always have to be able to connect. When with the quantum, we're always connecting with the kashiks, with the divine truth, and that's how we receive our answers with everything. So it's very interesting, and I love doing that. I love Reiki, and I love the quantum, and I love this whole journey. So um, eh, all of it is a beautiful thing, and so whatever connects with you is beautiful, and is how it should be. Um, it Neither way is worse than the other. They're just beautiful. So I think they're both just phenomenal, because they're both avenues of healing. And that's all, you know. I love both of them, but just for different ways, different reasons. And so I guess I probably use the quantum at this point more, but I do take a whole lot from Reiki, because there's so many beautiful fundaments about the Reiki and the chakras that we even use in quantum. So I guess I've kind of gotten both. I use both all the time on a regular basis. So I couldn't say that one, there, whatever, like I said, whatever aligns with you and is for the best interest. Um, what is different? Really, the difference is Reiki is mostly working with the everything up to 5D, and quantum is 5D and above. So because, and the reason why is because it's a lot of subconscious healing. Whereas Reiki, we're actually feeling it and connecting with it, and doing that hands on. So it's as we get to that, you know, and we feel that energy and we are connecting with what is it that we're feeling, and we go from there. And so, and then whereas quantum, we are not even really thinking about what we're feeling. We're just letting our subconscious do the work. So that's the difference between them. Is with Reiki, there's a lot of thinking involved, whereas quantum, you just kind of let the thinking go out the window, and you just kind of relax and let your higher self do the work. So, if that makes sense. And I guess that's the difference. So, and that's all I have for you today, unless you have some questions. I wish you so much love, and you have a wonderful day. And I will be on Ultimate Retreats tomorrow interviewing John Corbellini. So you have a great day. Talk to you soon.